Right. And that makes sense. I crossed the street, so I'm in Beaverton now. Giddy, 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 giddy. I'm so happy. I'd be happier if I wasn't having to deviate from my plans every 20 minutes. But yeah, hop over this apartment complex, and that's where I'll eventually make it back to the trail. I wonder, should I move to the Tigerton? I was gonna say the Tiger to Beaverton area. I didn't, that was totally unintentional. I mean, it's just lined with apartments. It looks shittier than the ones I live in. And they're outside of Portland, so hopefully they're at least somewhat affordable. They got a pool there. The pool where I live now is a lot nicer looking than that tub of sludge. It's quiet-ish. I don't know, you know, the more I explore the west side of Portland, the more I kind of would like to maybe just for a brief period live over here. I don't know, it's expanding so much. It's probably more expensive here than I'm giving credit for, but, you know, find a nice one-bedroom place. I don't know. Of course, both me and my girlfriend would be light years away from our jobs, but anyway, you know, it's just one of those fun little dreams you play around with. You never know where you're gonna end up. Ah, good. And here's the trail that's gonna lead me back to where I want to be. So this is Greenway Park I'm walking into, which is, it's actually pretty big. It's very thin, but it's long. It stretches north and south a long distance. But yeah, again, as I was saying, you know, you never know where you're gonna end up. I remember, you know, like 8-9 years ago, me and my friend were looking for apartments, and one of the primary places we wanted to try to get into was an apartment complex that's right next to where I live now. So I still ended up living in that area years later. Who would have thought? There was a house when I think I was in like 3rd or 4th grade that my mom saw. She just loved it. She thought it was this cute little house, and it was for rent, and someone snatched it up, and I was like, well, I guess we'll never live there. And then near the end of my senior year of high school, it became available for rent, and we got it, and we moved into this house that I always remember looking at when we passed by, because I was like, that's the house my mom wanted to move into. It was this tiny little cottage. It had a lot of issues. It was really old, which was really cool. But yeah, you know, fast forward like 8 years, and we randomly ended up moving into that place. Like, bizarre. So, you never know where you're gonna end up. It bees are very quiet down here. I don't know what accent I'm going for here. Kind of a hodgepodge. Yay, it's just a creepy, unused playground. There's just always been something so creepy to me about, I mean, there's not much here. There's 4 swings and whatever this doodly-doo is, and this seahorse bastard over here. But it's always just so ominous to me when there's a, even if it's small like this, when there's a playground area and there's just nobody here. Alright, so that's the direction I would have been coming from if it weren't for the construction. And you can even see right here, Shoals Ferry Road. Now it says Conestoga Park. It's pointing down. Is it, get off me, bug. Is it implying that like it's right there? Or is it back that way? Or is this the park? What are you trying to tell me? Anyway, I'm going this way. So I am, oh look, someone even was nice enough to come and do what they couldn't do on the map for us. You are here. So yeah, so that's where I was when the sign popped up for the construction. I went this way, then I went this way, I think. Yeah, and then I went up, and yeah, so I did go the right way, and then I'm gonna keep going up through here through Greenway Park. So yeah, this is actually the park space. It was somewhere off this way where I got stranded and lost amidst all of the it's all blurry. It's where I got lost amidst the wetlands. Oh God, I miss playing basketball. I can't play competitively because of my Reno Steve ankle. Honestly, if I break that again, like we may be talking surgery. And I'd like to avoid that. I always love that there's one of these hoops. We had one of these. Nothing spikes the ego more than being able to dunk a basketball hoop when you're in like 5th grade. Like, I can literally, I'm short as hell, and that's all it took to touch the rim. Look at this badass. Oh, ow, that's hard as hell. That was the most unbadass thing I've ever done. I didn't realize, for being rounded, you're very sharp. I guess the Fanno Creek Trail goes that way, but I want to see where this goes. Like a freaking child. Mom, I want to go. Weeping Willow. I love me a weeping willow tree. Okay, my iPhone, this iPhone is finally dying. It just gave me that you're at 20%. Oh God, I love weeping willows. And I can just walk right under one. Look at this. Now that's some beauty. That's beauty you don't have to pay for. You can just walk right through it. I'm going to be seeing a lot of trees like this, I think, when I'm in New Orleans. And palm trees again. There. Goody goody. Alright, you may be noticing a sharp uptick in the video quality. While I was giving my old iPhone all the accolades, it went from 40% to 20% to dead in about 5 minutes, but I'm still surprised it gave me as much as it did. And here I am, most of the way through this Fanno Park walkthrough. And does this wrap around and take me the opposite direction of where I want to go? Yeah, just pulled it up on the map app real quick. And yeah, that just takes me back to Shoals Ferry Road. I thought maybe it took me over here, you know, something interesting out there, but nay. The tree, so nice. I'm gonna video it twice. I just love this. You know, they obviously trimmed it to just be a perfect archway over this path. Oh, God. There's so many things about nature that we, as people, just don't deserve. Specifically people. All the other creatures of the world, for the most part, you know, they've earned it. Because they're usually either just living in it or they're trying to make it better. What the hell is going on? This guy's actually he's using that neglected seahorse. I saw him, and if I was somebody else, I might have been like, It's kind of juvenile, but I'm gonna be honest, I was thinking about doing the same thing. I don't know, there's something about how, like, no matter how old you get, when you see, like, playground equipment and there's nobody there, so you don't have to worry about creeping anybody out, you know, you want to, like, use at least something there. You know, if there's one of those big old merry-go-round things that you just grab a hold on and then let go and it just throws you off into the distance and busts your head open, I always go on one of those. I don't know if it's the time of day or the overcast weather, but it's definitely, I mean, this isn't the more populated area of the park, but there's definitely a lot less people here than there was my first time coming through here, which is good. I mean, that's how I prefer it. This is a beautiful sight to behold. It's wonderful. So quiet. And tonight for dinner, I'm making spaghetti. Just have to remember not to get the socceroni sauce because my girlfriend doesn't like chunks of stuff in her sauce. I'm not complaining. I'm just saying, have you ever tried separating the chunks from, is this socceroni? The chunks from that sauce so that you have all the chunks and she has no chunks? Because it's a lot harder than you'd think it is. And it makes a much bigger mess than you would anticipate. Just remember not to get socceroni sauce, or I'm gonna get a big old socceroni right in the face. And while I regret that pun, we have another little playground area with nobody here. And the temptation to go down that slide is there. I'm definitely not obsessing over it, and I'm definitely not keeping it in frame because I'm regretting not sliding down it, and now I'm too far away from it to justify turning back to slide down it. I know this all sounds like it's leading up to me saying, whatever, I'm gonna go back and slide down it. No. I'm just gonna keep walking and just accept the fact that certain things, even things we have full control over, some things in life just won't happen. There, that's what I was trying to do. Oh God, it's still there. I've been dragging this joke on way too long. But hey, look at this. Park's opening up. It's gonna tell me where I am. Tells me that the park's here. Oh yeah, I think this is the rest because this says porta potty, and there's a porta potty way over there, so maybe that and this are one and the same, which actually makes sense because that porta potty, because I think I'm like right here. So if I'm looking off that way, which would be that way, porta potty. So I still have a little bit of a ways to go through here, and I think this is where all of the wetlands were that I got stranded in. You keep making your way up here, and then eventually you get to Hall Boulevard, and the trail keeps going. But it definitely becomes a little bit more secluded again. Oh my God. I think this couple's having an argument, but it's an argument in a language that I don't understand. So I'm pretty sure it's an argument, but I don't know the circumstances. And we have a third playground area with no children. Is this like Children of Men? Do kids just not exist in Beaverton? I'm so bewildered. I also don't, okay, Fanno Creek Regional Trail. So my guess is that I'm on the trail, but I need to take a right. Yeah, based on the signage, I think that's what I need to do. But before I do that, we have some wetland history, or I guess info. Wetlands are areas with unique plants, wet soil, during all or part of the year. Is this moving or is that me? That's me. Should provide a habitat well. Cool beans. I learned a little bit about the wildlife and the fact that there's no damn children in this town. But yeah, I think I keep going this way. I hope that sign isn't jerking me around, because I've already had enough of that today. Yeah, I think the more wide open portion of the park is still a little ways off there, because I think this is the way you go to get stranded in the wetlands. So let's say we actually, I don't think this is the way I went the last time, but it's taking me the same direction. Tell you what, the first sight of water at my feet though, and I'm out. I'm not letting my feet get soaked like last time. Another weeping willow. They are, I mean, these trees, they are around here, even though I feel like they're not really a major Pacific Northwest tree. They're around. They're just not super common. They got their disc golf course out here too. Is there anything this park doesn't have besides children? I'm still, you know, until I see a human being under the age of like 12, I guess 15, I'm just going to assume there's no children living in Beaverton anymore. They were ostracized. They got too loud, they got too greedy, they got too demanding. They wanted you to spend too much money on their damn back to school clothes, and the whole city just banded together with the parents and they just said no more. This is done. That's just my first working theory. That's just off the top of my head. I have more. It looks like the wetlands are right there. It's probably as far as I'm gonna go. I just want to see what this sign says, if it's anything of relevance. This even kind of looks like a little trail next to it, but probably isn't, and because it's wildlife, I don't really think. Yeah, I'm not gonna mess with that. Creekside Marsh, an urban wildlife success story. Coming this fall to NBC. Lots of birds, kingfishers. Is that nutria? Because, you know, nutria can be confused with other types of charming rodents. Yellowlegs, dew-witchers, common snipe. Wait, snipes exist? King of the Hill told me that snipes don't exist. Is there... My whole life is unraveling now. I do reckon this is, yeah, I think this is the end of the line. I am a risk taker, but this is just foolish and stupid to try to progress beyond this point. Well, as fun as that was, time to hoof it back the way I came. Not making that same mistake again, except this time around, I mean, that's obvious. The other time, it was more like the water just kind of snuck up through the dirt. You take a step, and all of a sudden just, it's like, okay, well, I'm screwed. I am definitely gonna have soaking, muddy, mucky, wet feet for the next couple hours. Watch for high water. Again. I'm in danger. Yes, that takes you back. Oh my god. Oh no. Oh no. Is this an alternate route? Because that would be very preferable. Get this. Oh god. This trail's completely, oh my God, and look, even though it's filled, I was like, what is all that water lapping? But it's all these little minnows in the water. So this is, well, that's, I don't know, because this is the path. But it looks like it literally just goes into a watery bog or something. So I'm hoping this is an alternative trail. This is turning out to be a much cooler stop than I thought it was gonna. And yeah, way up there is where the trail, so the trail's supposed to go through here. This might have something to do with the fact that we had record rainfall in September. So yeah, I see a little trail breaking off that way, but I honestly don't know if I'm gonna be able to make it to the other side. Because this is deep. Like, I don't know how, yeah, I mean, look, it's from one end to another. Yeah, this is already gonna get water in my socks. So yeah, there's no hope getting through this way. Something like, I don't think this trail's gonna help me either, because there's a big water whatever over there too. I mean, this is a trail. I think it sure as hell starts out as one. Oh yeah, this leads you right back into the muck. I don't think there's no way through this. I'm like evading it best I can. How do you, okay, well, you know what, I'm fine with wet socks and shit. I mean, I guess till my foot actually seeps in. Oh God, oh God, oh God. Yep, it's official, my feet have been soaked. You can't, no. Oh my God. No, there's no way. There's no way. My feet are, yeah, there's no way through this. What am I doing? This is supposed to be a trail, but I'm turning around and walking out of it with sopping wet feet. Yeah, I'm done. Oh my God. I just wanted to find a way through here so bad. So yeah, I just had to pay a brief visit to the wetlands. How could you not? And I'm gonna whip it back around, back onto the trail that I'm supposed to be on, that I keep finding myself walking away from, intentionally and unintentionally. All right, so to stick with Fanno Creek Trail, which is my sole purpose for being here, just follow wherever they say Hall Boulevard is, and you won't go wrong. Of course, I mean, when it's me, there's always something that can go wrong. All right, fine. My theory was inaccurate. I just saw a father pass me on a bicycle, and he had his little kid in the seat in the back, which if I was a parent, I would never do. I'm not criticizing parents that do. I'd be one of those parents that would just think everything I'm doing is killing my child. But the fact of the matter is, he had a child. So I guess they do allow kids in Beaverton. They just don't know how to appreciate a good miniature, kind of useless playground anymore. Maybe that can be my transition. I can go from one conspiracy theory to the other. The first theory is that there's no children because the adults kicked him out. Perhaps now the better working theory is that kids don't want to go out and play anymore. Which even then kind of doesn't work, because I was a kid that was just kind of on an outdoor excursion with his dad. But because I'm a little bit crazy, I'm gonna act like that doesn't exist. Ergo, it's still a working theory that just kids don't go outside anymore. They can't survive in this atmosphere. They need to be indoors. Where they can, I don't know, it is a theory. It's a work in progress. But I don't really know how much further it's gonna progress. Oh God, I'm about to get mowed down. For a second, I thought that was that same lady. But no, she had a little side mirror. That lady did not have a side mirror. I'll be like, that lady is just following me everywhere today. Come to think, I think it was actually this trail I went down where I actually got stranded in the wetlands. Okay, crows startle, never resolved. I don't know if I'm reading these in the right order. With grievances, the clouds. I don't know what the F any of that's supposed to mean. Crow startle. So I guess you are supposed to start with the crow startle. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what it's supposed to mean still. I'd go that way, but I know I'm just gonna get stranded. It's a short path, there's not much to see. And you eventually end up with just like sopping wet feet. Case and Point. Another playground that no kids are playing on. Kids just don't want to go outside anymore. I proved it. It's also like, yeah, there's too much going on over here. Like, this is much more entertaining than me. Like, well, then it kind of ends and there's just another playground over there. And there's a guy doing pull-ups. So it seems like the adults are the only ones enjoying the playground areas today. Can't blame them. I still love them. I'm almost 37. God damn, I'm almost 37. But yeah, see, there's just one dude out there. I mean, you can't really see him. I'm not gonna zoom in on the guy. But yeah, just one guy out there doing like pull-ups and stuff. The kids don't want this crap anymore. Okay, so I think this is Hall Boulevard I'm coming up to. And this is like the northern end of Greenway Park here. Oh my. Did someone say we have the meats? That's one thing I definitely don't remember from my last time coming out to this park, was an Arby's being there. And y'all want to know something? I used to love Arby's. One day when we had one of those long, it's like 1 credit class, like it's taught on a Saturday and you're in class from like 10 a.m. to 6 p.m., but they give you like a half-hour lunch. I drove from Clackamas Community College in Oregon City up to the Arby's at 82nd and King Road, like 10 miles just to get Arby's, and then drove like 10, 12 miles back to school to finish the class. Wait. That's how much I loved Arby's. And now, seriously, it kind of makes me sick. The Fanno Creek continues right down here. I remember it being, quiet, sure, because we're no longer like in like a city park setting and we're gonna be getting away from the road here pretty quick, but I remember there being a lot of just plush, just a lot of very attractive nature elements beyond like what I've seen back there, or I guess what we've seen together collectively back there. Yeah, so I guess we're now in actual Fanno Creek Park. So I'm here at the bottom and I'm just climbing up here, and that's Denny Road, and as I understand it, that is where the trail ends. So we're almost there. Again, a substantially easier trek, especially since I, missed a chunk of the trail, but still, even with that, a substantially easier trek than the Wildwood, which is what I wanted. I wanted something similar to that, walking the length of a trail, but not something that was gonna like make me choke to death on dust and be just like running downhill like this, which is what I was doing at the end of the first day. You know what? That little kind of run, that reminded me of something that I feel I've forgotten, neglected, and miss dearly. And I was dragging that out a lot so that woman on the bicycle wouldn't see it, but it's getting quiet. I don't know what that noise is through there. There could be homeless people in the bushes. There could be cougars waiting to jump me. There could be general regular people waiting to jump me. I don't know what's gonna happen. The future is uncertain. Oh my freaking God. Oh, that was fun.
It's a good neighborhood, isn't it?
Okay. I think I go this way. So that was fun. I haven't done that in a long time, and I did it right before some pedestrians came around the corner. That would have been embarrassing. What are you building? What is, I don't remember there being so much stuff out here in terms of like commercial stuff. I just remember it being nice and pretty. What the hell is this all about? I don't know, maybe this meant something at one time. Gonna say, you know, I'm on Fanno Creek Trail. I'm pretty sure this is Fanno Creek. I haven't really taken much time to pay much attention to the creek itself, but I'm pretty sure this is it. I mean, if this is Fanno Creek Trail and this is a creek, I'd assume. I don't think the birds agree with me though. Like, no, you stupid clown. Oh man, they called a code red on me. They were like, this guy is loitering far too long. Let's get him, boys. I honestly don't remember, like there's apartments up there. There's all this commercial stuff. I don't remember this all being here. Maybe the nicer stuff is just further on down the trail. I remember this being much more secluded. Maybe I'm thinking of a different trail and my like brain is just fracturing bit by bit. What in tarnation are you? Wait a minute. Are you the water man? Is this like where Aquaman goes and hides? Maybe. That'd make more sense than most theories. I just love little random things like that that just kind of poke out. You know, you stop, you look at it a second, you're like, oh, that's cool. And then, you get on with your life. Or you get wrapped up in all the mistakes and regrets of your past and you get off from your life. Is that... I don't know why I'm trying to make any sense out of anything I say anymore. This whole thing's regressing into a dumpster fire. Busy looking road up there. I think that's Denny, so actually I think that overpass there is where the road ends. Well, ain't this just gorgeous? And of course crosses over the creek. A little view of the creek for you. Just chip off the old block. Yeah, so I didn't realize that I came in so early on the trail because the one other time that I walked this particular stretch, I came in from this side trail here. So I've never seen it north of here, but if that's the road that we end at, there really can't be that much more to see. Now, I'm not a wetland nature expert, but I've noticed in a lot of wetland type areas, they specifically have old, like, tree growth. And I would, because it always looks like that. And it's kind of led me to assume that specific type of wood is just good for that environment. I'm just curious. I see, because there's a whole bunch more of it in here. Every wetland I go to, it has wood in there, like specifically like this. And you know, you'll see it in piles, like somebody brought it in and put it there sometimes. It's not always just trees that were there. So I assume there has to be some connection between these types of trees and the overall construction of wetlands. But again, I'm not a master of this stuff. I am not in the know. And if I'm not in the know, then that means I do not know. Whatever the hell that's supposed to mean. I keep thinking I'm hearing voices in here. I think there's some people hiding out in the wetlands. I don't know. Maybe it's just more of that conspiracy theory thinking. It's got me by the brain. Yeah, you see there's some more of that type of wood out there. So yeah, as far as I can decipher, we are approaching the end of this trail. It's nice, it's charming, it's even better when it's all, you know, accessible and you're not getting off at the wrong spot. But yeah, you know, if you're someone that wants to go out and get a real good walk in, but not like something that's gonna kill you, this is a perfect trail to go if you're ever out in this area. There's not a bunch of hills. And it's just like, it's long, but it's not long. You know, I think it's like, if you add the like little extra Tualatin stretch, it's like 10 miles. But if you don't include that, I think it's only like, I don't know, maybe like 7 to 8 miles. It's really not that bad, and you're under the trees a lot. I mean, today, like, I'm just now starting to break, like the last like 15 minutes I've started breaking a sweat. So it's actually, the weather's actually, you know, because it's humid, but yeah, because you're under a lot of that tree cover, and that kind of keeps you from getting hit by too much direct sunlight or what have you. It just makes the whole thing a lot more pleasant. You know, it's always nice when you've got a little bit of shade, especially on a hotter day than this. Well, now I'm confused. It says trail continues on street. Wait, so does it continue here? I was not expecting this. Okay, so I have to get on Denny Road right there, cross 205, which is that crossing, turn up on 105th, and I guess when we see the creek again, ooh, you're a little shaky. It says Fanno Creek Regional Trail continues. It doesn't say it's a different trail. I guess our adventure is not done. I was too quick to count my fishes. I love the awesome stuff they do with bike racks. This is creativity I can fully 100% get behind. Well, now I'm really glad I bought that extra iPhone and that I got so much life out of my old iPhone, because I thought we were done. But evidently not. Can I get through here? Okay, so I guess I have to cross. Oh, well. Like, how do I cross the street? Oh, well, asking ye shall receive. I swear, even websites said that it ended here on Denny, so I'm just bewildered. I checked on my map app, and yes, there is more trail. By the way, this just looks like one of those bridges that's gonna collapse one day, and just nobody's gonna give a crap when it does. It only goes to this electrical stuff. It just has that, like, I'm waiting to collapse and kill everybody vibe to it. I don't know. Anyway, crossing 217 here, and then, yeah, turning off on 105th, and according to my Google Map app, at the end of 105th, it just goes down there a little ways. Trail starts again. Hell yeah, brother! Yeah, now that I'm at a higher elevation point, I don't really know what you can tell, but like, if you look like hills in the distance, you can still see it's definitely there. There's still like smoke and smog in the air. The air quality is substantially better than it was the last couple of days, but if you look off that way, you can still kind of see in the distance, like especially these hills here, how like just faded they are. I can still just see it a little bit in the air. So here we are, 105th Avenue, where we shall be veering this direction, and unless multiple sources are lying to me, the trail shall begin again. Man, we take a look at some of these units. So I'm a little, oh wait, maybe the road does go a little further down. I thought the road ended here, and I'm like, where does the trail begin? This is all buildings and crap. Office space for lease, Denny Square. I'm just saying, if you need space, it's available. It's a dummy thick building. Whatever your business needs are, I mean, aside from probably a few, they're probably open to working with you and giving you a really bad deal on a rental, because that's not just the Portland area, that's kind of the whole country. I almost wonder if this portion of the trail is almost just like for the corporate people to get out of their offices and go walk for a while. But I mean, there it is. This is the trail. Oh boy, what do I have awaiting me around this corner? Well, that was anticlimactic. Look at this. Isn't this just adorable? I guess you can sit down on the bench. You know, have your lunch that's you can't reach because you set it down here and you can't reach it from this bench. And then you can stare off at the brush, I guess. I don't fully know what the objective was here. I guess maybe it doesn't matter. Maybe I'm like the one person in the world that just doesn't quite get it. But yeah, I don't quite get it. The overall structure. Anyway, moving on. Ooh, we got a bridge. We got another bridge. Whenever I see bridges like this and I'm in a nature area, I'm always looking for the little brush they have that you're supposed to use to, you know, brush your shoes off so you're not bringing a bunch of evasive garbage into a nature area. This is a long bridge. I mean, for just a little passenger thing. So I'm pausing for just a second because there's a guy walking in front of me on his phone, and he's walking just fast enough to consistently stay ahead of me, but just slow enough to kind of just be lingering in front of me while I'm vlogging. And you know, nothing gets me more self-conscious about vlogging than constantly having some random stranger like 10 feet in front of me while I'm trying to talk and be woozy. And I know a lot of you will be like, "No, don't worry about what the world thinks about you, just be you, Steve." And to that I say, maybe you need to learn a little bit something about a lot of things. One, anxiety. Two, really bad anxiety stemming from childhood that you've been fighting for decades, and I still is something I struggle with horribly. And three, on top of all of that, we are not all built the same. So just because you have no problem doing and saying whatever you want does not mean that's how it works for the rest of us. Get off your high horse. What is this? Is this an urbex? Wait, what does this mean? So like this is an actual trail. It's just not well maintained. Shut up, bird. So normally an unmonitored, unmaintained trail is like a dream come true for me, but according to my Google map, this trail doesn't even exist. And honestly, the only place you can go to is right over here, where there's all this, there's just more just buildings and just crap, and I think it just wraps around this little waterway, which, what is this waterway for? I wonder what this is all about. So I don't really think there's going to be a lot to see. It's probably not worth the trek, and for all I know, there's someone waiting down there to kill me and anybody else that goes down there. So you know what? Not worth the time. What could possibly be here? Is there somebody thinking I'm hearing fuzz. Oh, it gets wild and wavy through here. Yeah, I still have a lingering baby headache. Yeah, side story. Somebody radioed us at work, and it's hard to hear the radio because we have to keep them in our pocket. I pulled the radio out, and as I pulled it out, there was this like scratch sound, and it sent shock waves through my ears. My vision literally blurred for a second. And yeah, one of the worst kind of sudden out of nowhere headaches I've ever had in my life. And what sucked was right when that happened, there was a group of kids that snuck into a movie, and I tried to go in with one of our managers and help, but the movie was going and it was dark and I was just dizzy. It was a dizzying friggin' headache. I almost fell going up the stairs, and I couldn't see. I couldn't get my vision to adjust. So I was no help. I just stood there because I was like, if I move, I don't know where I'm going. I couldn't even see the group. I could hear them. They were being loud as shit, but I couldn't hear them. So it was almost like, you know, having to like reach into the darkness to try to find something. And I kind of got the vibe that some people were pissy about that because technically it's my job to deal with that stuff. But it was like, yeah, kind of an emergency situation happened, and I still tried to help, and I was worthless. And I kind of got this vibe that some people were kind of pissy about that afterwards. And I'm like, well, screw you. Part of the reason why I'm going to be looking for a new job soon. Unfortunately. Fortunate and unfortunate. Like this. Oh, we got nice and naturistic again. I love this. I could walk 30 miles if it was just this. Well, you know, maybe 20. All right, well, this did not disappoint. I really thought this was gonna be just one of those trails that just kind of meandered between corporate buildings and just, well, now I see a big building ahead, but no, at least for this brief area, it's very nice in here. And I think it's doubly nice because it's an area I haven't been to before. So you get that rush of like being in a beautiful part of nature, but also like that just drug-infused spike of like experiencing a certain place for the first time. What is, oh, is this, oh, I think it's like maybe a big water tower, water facility thing. What are you? Do you drain out through this little fella? Somehow, I doubt it. Oh yeah, what is all this? We got some, got a big old store. Oh, we got a few storage containers. I don't know what this is about. I think it's crooked though. Private property, no trespassing, weapons prohibited. Yeah, that's just the kind of thing exactly the kind of sign some sketchy person will put up. Oh, I wonder what's in the shipping container. Oh, looks like nothing. So that was unfortunate. That was no fun. So yeah, the stretch of trail I saw, I don't think goes that far, so I don't really know how much longer we got. I don't know. I feel like once we get to the end, it'll tell us you have come to the end. This is it's cool, but it's also like something you'd see in a horror movie, you know? Is it bodies? Wait, is it a body of water? Or is it the bodies of men that are being stashed in there? I don't know. You tell me. Uh-oh. The meeting of the pooches just happened behind me. Got a lot of random little bridges here. I mean, I guess this is better than letting the trail peter down. I wonder if there's maybe, I don't know, this doesn't quite, I mean, there's homes and businesses here. I don't think this is a wetland. I don't know, maybe it is. So I was thinking like, maybe this is here. Because like, you could totally just have the trail dip down and then go back up. I was wondering if maybe this is a wetland, or even if there's just like, maybe this area floods from time to time. And it's just a way of keeping trail walkers dry. Again, questions I'm posing because I don't know the exact answers. I've never had any reason to wonder why a bridge like that is the way it is, where it is, why it is. So it's I'm at novice level in terms of thinking. I want to say the trail wraps to the east and then to the south. I feel, of course, I've been weaving a lot, so I feel like I'm kind of consistently going north. Oh wait, maybe there's some answers here. Okay, Allen Boulevard, 0.3 miles. And when I looked it up on my phone, this particular trail on Google Maps ends at Allen Boulevard. So this can't be certain now. Now it seems nothing is a certainty, but it seems like this will probably be the end of my venture. Another little bridge here, but this has actually got like a, and I'm guessing this is Fanno Creek again. Little Fanno Creek bridge. Oh, it just goes off into like a big kind of marshy area. I wonder if that's the, I mean, this could also be just a branch off of the creek, but I wonder if that over there is maybe the end of the creek, which would explain why the creek trail ends right up here. That actually makes about the most sense of anything I've done today. I see stuff here and a building dead ahead, maybe an apartment or a commercial building. I'm getting major coming up to Allen Boulevard, end of trail vibes. 20 Arbor Week. Tree City, USA. So does that mean Beaverton is Tree City, USA? Is it like there's more trees per cap here than any other city in the world? Is that what that? I don't know. That could also be just a bunch of nonsensical mumbo jumbo. Even walking through this stretch, we're not exactly in Kansas anymore. This also may be the longest 0.3 of a mile I've ever walked in my life. I hope Allen Boulevard's got sidewalks, because once I get to the end here, I'm gonna have to start meandering my way to whatever my next step is. I see a sign. I don't see any signs saying there's more trails. What is this pedestrian? Wait, how am I back to Shoals Ferry Road again? I don't know. But yeah, I think that's it. I think the trail is done. And if I'm wrong, then I am not right. We're not done. I saw that sign there that talked about the detour. It's like a detour for what? A detour to another trail? This next intersection up here, turn south, and the next intersection that comes to, the son of a bitching Fanno Creek Trail keeps going. And on top of that, I started going the wrong way. I literally got so lost in there that I thought I was walking west, and I was actually walking east. I need to go this way. Jeez. Oh, and I could have caught this bus right here. That bus would have taken me right into downtown. It would have been the perfect ending to a perfect day. But no, I have to be a completionist about everything, if that is even a word. So I gotta find this last stretch. So yeah, so I get up to this intersection, which I thought it was the intersection back that way, but it's this intersection, and then I turn. And then the next intersection I hit from there, that's where the trail begins again. God, I may honestly, you know, I'm glad I bought this old dog along, because I may honestly have to switch to it at some point. And to add insult to whatever the hell this is turning into, I'm having to veer and wrap around a bunch of stuff because there's all this damn construction going on. So I couldn't cut right down Allen Boulevard. So I had to wrap around Shoals Ferry, to 92nd, or at least there's business access, but okay, I can't get through here either. Can I? Are you effing kidding me, man? The whole road is torn up. I can't get through this way. This is literally the direction they told. Okay, well now they're implying, oh my God, everything is backwards. Okay, the next road is 90th. I can actually see the signage for it. It's right up there. I'm gonna turn down 90th, which apparently crosses right over where the trail picks up again. So I should be able to turn, take a right, almost said left, and make my way there that way. Vista Brook. It almost implies I'm going into am I going into like a little individual neighborhood here? Whatever, I don't give a shit. Your neighborhood watch can shove it. Alright, so the trail should be just dead ahead here. Here we are. Swear to God. And I followed where this trail meanders on my map app. And yeah, it says that there's like the Garden Home Trailhead, which leads me to believe that's where it starts. Or at least that's where the trailhead is. And if it's not, I don't care. I'm stopping there because I'm not gonna have, I've already burned through one camera, one phone. I'm about to have to turn this one off to save it because I'm down to like 35% battery life on this. All I've got left is my GoPro. This makes sense though, because when I was trying, like a lot of maps, oh, hello bird. A lot of the maps, I'm trying to talk here, fellas. A lot of the maps outlining this trail that I saw, they were all like different. And some of them, they were talking about how there's multiple trailheads, like on the north side. And I'm like, now that makes sense, because there's multiple places where you can kind of start. You might miss one part of it, but there's lots of places you can start at and walk a certain stretch. So, what's over here? Is this like a park? Something, Vista Brook Park? Looks like it's just a field, some whatchamahoots. Yes, I think Olson Road is, so I have about another mile of walking, because it's around Olson Road that I come out at. God, there's a guy that just looks like he's just passed out over here. It's like the first, I don't know. It doesn't necessarily mean he's homeless. He may just be having a very rough day. He may be completely exhausted. Okay, he's moving. Want to make sure, I hope he's not dead. But he moved. He moved a wee bit. Yeah, Vista Brook Park is, it's, a little park. Got your tennis court, your basketball hoops, yeah, your fields. Just a big open space for kids to just run around in frantically until they pass out. Isn't that every parent's dream? Just get them crazy and crazy and then even crazier. And then you'll come home and they'll pass out. You make them a nice dinner, they eat it, and they pass out again. What's up, bird? What are you picking at? He's like, no, I wasn't doing anything, boss. You're always so suspicious. Now this is what I was looking for. History related to the creek. So Fanno Creek is actually a tributary of the Tualatin River. I guess that makes sense. Watershed drains nearly 32 square miles of Winoma and Washington counties. The Onion Kingdom established the first post-contact land claim where his family successfully farmed along the banks of Fanno Creek. His son was proclaimed the Onion King at the Lewis and Clark Exposition. Got some imagery of what the areas looked like back then. So there's a little bit of history. You know, I said when I started, I don't know jack squat about the history of this area. Now I know that the Onion King existed. It's like the best information I've got all day. So here we are crossing over the creek itself again. Tributary of the Tualatin River. Did you know that? I always knew that. What the F is going on over here? Sounds like a battle between backhoes. I don't know what this is. It's on this back road. It's you know, just a normal building, but there's something mysterious about the fact that it's hidden away on one of these side streets, and they've certainly got enough no trespassing signs up. I understand you want to keep riffraff out, but the more trespassing signs I see up, I think one of two things. I think either this is an extremely dangerous place to be, or you're hiding something. And I think they're hiding something out here. What are these? They almost look like old pieces of cast iron that are wrapping around here. You know, it's easy to miss, but it's a really cool little effect. Just mesh these pieces of iron, and then it comes out in a big chunk over here. That's actually cool. I really like that. I don't know whose idea it was, but whoever it was, you get an A+. You passed your senior project. Yeah, now we're kind of treading along residential areas. 0.7 of a mile. Ooh, you got a bench dedicated to someone. Always make a point to stop, because if they dedicated a bench to you, you're probably worth remembering, even if I have no idea who you are. In loving memory of Carmen L. Fredericks. Wife, mother, kind, unconditional love was her greatest attribute. Well, okay then. Here's to you, Carmen. I don't know you, but you probably earned that bench. I see another one up here. I don't know. When I go on, I did that in my Wildwood Trail thing. I would see a lot of benches like that, and usually benches like that, they'll have the little plaque there, and it was dedicated to someone. I like that because, you know, a lot of people that are scumbags but happen to have the right job title or the right amount of money always get recognition for all the great stuff they do, when really they're just scumbags. But usually the people that get plaques like that on benches in places like this are usually your average everyday people that, you know, did a little extra in life and aren't getting a plaque because they were married to the right person or because they had the right job title or whatever. So I pay them their due respect because they were probably better than a lot of people out there. Okay, so I actually go that way. Good to know. I guess that makes sense. Cheryl Allen, also died 2008. Steward of the earth and protector of all living things, the pros from Dover. Well, sounds like part of like a, whatever like the women's equivalency of like the Elks would be. I don't know. And as I roll along, I just now remembered I forgot sunscreen. Now I've been pretty much in the trees, and there's been like, it's still cloudy, like there's still no sunlight yet. So hopefully I can get nice and burned back there. Facially, I think I'm fine. I mean, really here, the back of my neck, those are the places that are gonna get hit first. So I think I'm fine. I don't think I've had enough subjection, but, oh, golf course. Am I the only one here that feels like the big fence separating us from the golf course kind of makes the trail look a little more ominous? Is it just me? So I'm in the garden home area. I don't really know much about this area. Looks nice, looks sweet, looks quiet. I did probably switch over to my GoPro. Mostly because I'm trying to save. I want to have my iPhone available to film the tail end of this. And I still got like half a mile to go when it's down to like, 25% battery life. And I really don't want to get below 20 before I'm, stop using it and have that last percentage available to me. Yeah, I'm just cutting between homes. These homes look real cozy over here, I gotta say. A little bit more conventional. It's more like apartments and kind of borderline McMansions, but uh-oh. Is that a path? I don't know. Yeah, my legs are just now starting to get tired. Yeah, by the time I'm done, I will have walked about 8.5 miles. Oh, I hear roaches. And yeah, again, when I get to... I guess I think it's like the Garden Home Trailhead. That's when I'm done. And if the trail does continue on, I don't know, maybe I'll come back and walk that someday. Just past the sign that said Olson Road was only 0.2 of a mile, so I gotta be coming to the end. I'm starting to notice more other pedestrians. It's, again, as I understand it, it's a trailhead. Maybe it's kind of an extravagant trailhead. Maybe Garden Home does it different than the others. Garden Home just sounds like a town in New Jersey to me. Probably because it's the Garden State. Yeah, I'm already noticing. So obviously we're coming to the end. Oh my God. We got 4 plaques on this bench. Oh, these are like quotes, I guess. Peter P. Herman died August 25th, 2011. Well, here's to you, Peter. I didn't know you, but you got a lot of stuff on your bench. Leads me to think you're all right. Now, my guess is the trail ends here, but I want to check this out. Unless this just keeps going off in another direction. That I don't want. Yeah, this looks like, I mean, it's cool, it's another trail, but my guess is this just starts veering off. I know there's a park nearby, so this probably just starts veering off into a park, probably. Listen, there's a bunch of old chunks of concrete out here. I wonder if there used to be like a building out here somewhere, or at least some foundation for something. I was right, but I just smashed a bug in my eyelid. So I kind of won and lost on that one. I think I'm fine. But yeah, that trail just, I think, ventures up to a side street. So I'm going to come out. I might only have one eye left when I get there, but I'm gonna finish what I came here to finish. Oh my God, I'm falling off the trail. Whoa. Damn it, I bumped like the button that messes with the... I'm all red. Alright, I got it back to normal, or at least as normal as can be. So actually this looks like it comes out of like a playground, and then there's like some buildings here. I don't know what that's all about. Just a little nature area? I don't know. Doesn't really seem to be anybody here. Yeah. So, I guess there was like a little dirt trail that went that way, but I don't think that's mine. And, so I'm coming out where it starts, at least for me. I also saw that the nearest bus isn't going to be here for almost an hour, so I'm going to have to probably keep hoofing along. Find a slightly more frequently running bus. I mean, I'm in the dead of Beaverton. I can't have to walk too far. But I'm not going to worry about that now, because pulled off another amazing achievement. I made it. You wouldn't have made it. Yeah. I don't see anything suggesting it starts earlier. Just, you're here. That's all. Oh, thank God. Oh. so damn confused, I lost track of what direction I was going in again. I was about to go this way, and that's west, and I want to go east. I guess now it makes sense. Now that I'm looking at it with new eyes. I don't know what I'm going to do to kill this time. Anyway, whatever. Can't win them all. And actually, I made to get Portland. This sign right here that's just kind of parallel to me said I'm entering Portland, so I'm now officially back in Portland. Now that helps my current situation. But anyway, I made it. Fanno Creek Trail adventure completed with a few little additions for, you know, the parts of the park that I couldn't, or the parts of the trail I couldn't go through. God, I'm getting tired. My brain is just running away with me, or I guess running away without me. Anyway, thank you so much for stopping by. Hope you guys enjoyed this little couple video collection. I broke it up like the Wildwood Trail one, or else it would have just been one thing that just went on forever and nobody would have watched all of it. So anyway, thank you so much for stopping by. Appreciate it. You guys are awesome. And if you're new to the channel, haven't gotten around to it yet, remember to like, share, subscribe. All those things help my channel out a bit. And I also have a Patreon if you want to help me out that way. The link to that is in the description of this video, as well as links to my Instagram, Facebook, Reddit, subreddit, and my TikTok. And all that said, thanks again for stopping by. Until next time, from Portland again, this has been Stevie, Amateur Historian.